Welcome back to the podcast. It is playoff week. College football playoffs, to be exact.
Fantasy football playoff.
Yeah, which I lost.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Which you aren't.
No, and the NFL right now is a perfect example as to why I'm not, because I don't even know who's playing this week. Like, Arizona has a third string quarterback playing. Derek Carr got benched again. Matt Ryan got benched again. Derrick Henry's not playing. Nobody's playing in the last 2 weeks. And if you're playing fantasy football and you're still in the playoffs, it's awful. It's absolutely awful.
Yeah, that's what happened to me last week. I had no running backs.
Awful.
I had to play Zach Moss. Yeah.
How'd that work out?
No, it didn't go well.
Exactly.
So we've got, on our slate this week, we've got NFL and, of course, college football playoffs, which is happening today. So also, Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Almost going into the new year.
Gonna go party tonight. Tie one on.
Yeah. Drink some.
Gonna make it to midnight.
Yeah, probably. I may have stayed up a little late last night, but
Well, yeah, since you didn't wake up until noon?
We don't talk about it. Okay, NFL.
Did you see the AM?
No.
Didn't think so.
NFL. A few teams have clinched the playoffs already. Those teams being the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Chargers. In the AFC.
San Diego Chargers, man.
I'm not happy about the Chargers.
Here they come. You know who else is coming?
Dolphins.
Nope.
The Dolphins.
Green Bay Packers, baby. They're coming.
No.
It may happen.
So, about that game, let's briefly talk about games really quick before we get into playoffs. Packers beat the Dolphins. I'm not happy. The Dolphins have a chance of not making the playoffs right now, especially with Tua having a concussion.
Tua had to have a concussion in that game. He made 3 of the worst throws I've ever seen an NFL quarterback make. Those last 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter were right to the defender. His head had to be scrambled. It was gross.
Well, there was a hit, right? He got hit in the back of the head, and there was a stat line that before that hit, he was playing amazing. Then after that hit, everything went downhill. He was like 3 for 16 for like 81 yards and 3 interceptions.
They're fine. They play New England and the Jets. They're going to win one of those 2 games. They'll get in.
The way right now this week that they can clinch a playoff spot is if they beat the Patriots this week and the Jets lose to the Seahawks. It's very likely. But without Tua, we don't know how good the Dolphins will be, especially with Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is that bad of a quarterback, but is he going to lead the Dolphins to the playoffs? I don't know.
Tua will be back. Teddy Bridgewater can beat the Patriots. And Mac Jones, they stink.
Broncos country. Yeah, what happened? Nathaniel Hackett gets fired after losing to the Rams 51-14.
They're bad. They're not even worth talking about.
No.
That could end up going down as one of the worst trades in the history of the NFL. I mean, all those picks that they gave away for Russell Wilson, and he has been an absolute disaster. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that team. On the opposite, don't look now. Jacksonville Jaguars are in first place in the AFC South. I have no words. Jacksonville Jaguars.
The last 2 years they've had the first round pick. That's how bad they've been.
Man, they're playing well. Like, I still don't think Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback, but he's been balling out the last 3-4 weeks. He's been playing tremendous. they've got a chance. In the last 2 weeks, they've got Houston this week, which they should thump, and then the last week of the season, it's kind of winner take all against the Tennessee Titans. So Jacksonville's right there. The Lions are right there, even though they choked against the Panthers. Um, they still have a shot for the playoffs. I guess the Panthers really have a shot at the playoffs. Don't they play Tampa Bay this week?
Yeah, they play Tampa. Who else? So right now, in on the bubble is the Seahawks, the Lions, the Packers, the Panthers, and somehow the Saints. But they play the Eagles this week, so no way. Um, the
Well,
two
Jalen Hurts isn't playing.
the teams I see making it from there are, I think the Lions definitely make it. They have an easy schedule, and honestly, I think the Seahawks make it and the Packers don't.
Man, if the Packers beat the Vikings this week, they're in. They're in.
But can they beat the Vikings?
Sure, why not?
The Vikings are on a roll.
Vikings are not good.
They're one of the better teams
No,
in
they're
the
not.
NFC.
No. I'll tell you what, it's Kirk Cousins. It's a big game. What does Kirk Cousins do in big games? He chokes. So we'll see.
Is it 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins or is it other time Kirk Cousins? It's 4 p.m. Kirk Cousins.
That's a big game.
I don't know.
All
We'll
right.
have to see.
Let's make our picks.
We've got, for this week, the second to last week, Cowboys Titans already played. It's Thursday night football.
That was an easy.
Nobody cares. Josh Dobbs played. Who is that?
Josh Dobbs, he used to play for Pittsburgh. He used to play. Before that was the quarterback for the Tennessee Volunteers in college. He's not good.
So he's irrelevant.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. Cardinals versus Falcons. I don't even know.
Well, the Cardinals are starting, what is it, David Blau as their quarterback.
I think so.
I think. And the Falcons are bad. I'm going with the Falcons.
I'm going with the Falcons too.
And Cliff Kingsbury may get fired.
Dolphins versus Patriots.
I'm going with the Dolphins.
I have to say Dolphins. The Patriots offense is just so bad, but the Patriots defense is good.
This is the kind of game Bill Belichick always finds a way to win. That's the only thing that I'm hedging on is the Bill Belichick factor. But Dolphins are a better team. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Eagles versus Saints. Eagles. Doesn't matter if they have Gardner Minshew or a like Jalen Hurts with no legs back there. They'll win no matter what. That team is too good.
I think the Saints keep this close. I want to pick the Saints, but I'm not going to. I'm going with the Eagles at home.
Giants and Colts. I've got the Giants. I mean, the Colts, I'm pretty sure, are still starting Nick Foles, who looks like a fan was taken out of the stands and put into a football game.
I'm going to go with the Giants as well.
Buccaneers and Panthers. I think the Buccaneers get back to it. I think they win this game. I mean, they still don't have a good record, but I think this secures the playoff spot.
Tom Brady's not losing to the Panthers.
Again, they are
not happening.
Chiefs and Broncos. Chiefs.
Chiefs by 1,000,000 unless they start benching their starters. But I still think they're playing for the number 1 seed in the bye, so they probably won't. Chiefs big.
Bears and Lions. The Lions.
Watch out for the Bears, man.
Justin Fields has been looking good.
Detroit, this is historically, they're a team that chokes. They just cannot make the playoffs for whatever reason. I'm taking the Bears.
Really?
Yep.
Do you not understand how bad the Bears are?
Bears.
Okay. Browns and Commanders.
Commanders are still in the playoff hunt, aren't they?
No, if the playoffs, well, yeah, if the playoffs ended today, they would be in the playoffs. Or if the playoffs started today.
And the Browns are playing bad. Browns.
Honestly, I agree. Browns. Jaguars and Texans. I think the Jaguars.
Jaguars close. Houston's actually been playing halfway decent.
The only two teams that Houston has beaten is the Jaguars and the Titans.
Jaguars win. Sets up a showdown last week of the year.
49ers, Raiders.
Oh, Raiders. Derek Carr. They told Derek Carr not to show up for work anymore.
And now Derek Carr is starting drama. He's like unfollowing the Raiders on every Instagram.
He's not coming back next year. I mean, there's one thing of getting benched, and there's another thing where the team says just don't show up to work anymore for the last 2 weeks. I don't understand what's going on. None of it makes a lot of sense. Derek Carr's not that bad of a quarterback. Weird things going on there at the 49ers role.
I mean, come on. They have a terrible coach. The Raiders.
How'd you like to be Devontae Adams about right now?
Oh my.
Take that money, Devontae. Go get it, bud.
Yeah. He's looking at that contract right now, and he's saying, I would probably rather leave that and go back to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I'm going 49ers. Jets, Seahawks. I go Seahawks here because the Seahawks are a better team. And like you've always said, the Jets suck.
The Jets are awful. Seahawks.
Who are they starting? Is it Mike White again?
Oh, yeah, Mike White's starting again.
Okay. Vikings and Packers. I'm guessing you're going to take the Packers. I'm going to take the Vikings. I think they're just really good right now. They won against the Giants last week. And honestly, I don't think the Giants are too bad of a team right now.
Green Bay Packers.
Okay. Rams and Chargers.
How could I not pick the Packers?
How could you pick the
I
Packers?
picked them for the Super Bowl. They were on life support. They were dead. I was apologizing to our listeners. They've come back. All I do is win against the Vikings and they get in.
Are they really going to make the Super Bowl, though? If they do get in the playoffs?
You can't make the Super Bowl unless you get to the playoffs.
That's
baby steps.
That's true. Rams and Chargers.
The Rams are so bad. I honestly think the Chargers may have a letdown this week, but the Rams just are dreadful. That defense is bad. So I'm picking the San Diego Chargers.
I'm sadly going to have to go with the Chargers, too. Sadly. Steelers and Ravens. I've got the Ravens. The Steelers suck.
Ravens.
This should be a really good game. Bills and Bengals.
This could be a great game. Playing for seeding at this point. Cincinnati at home. Been playing lights out. I'm going with the Bills. I just think the Bills are a better team.
I'm going to actually go with the Bengals.
Wow.
I think that, they have such a good offense. I think the Bills' defense has not been 100%, of course, because they've had injuries. I think the Bengals attack it, and they win this game.
All right.
Are we ready for college football?
Well, no. We first have our weekly
Drew Timme
update.
Yeah, Drew Timme. How's he been?
Not a lot's gone on with the holidays. He's played a couple times. Let's just say Drew Timme's good. Just give him the Player of the Year trophy now. He's good. There's your update.
He's good.
That's it.
I don't think that's an update. I think we already knew that.
Well, I'm continuing to update you that he's remains good.
Okay.
All right. Clav night.
Whew. Okay. So first of all, 4 p.m. we've got Michigan, TCU.
Yep.
Who do you think, starting off, who wins this game?
I really think TCU can keep this game close. But I just think Michigan's too good. I think Michigan's defense is going to overpower TCU. I think they wear them down with that run game. But dude, Max Duggan is a dude for TCU's quarterback. He's just a dude, and he's kind of the X factor there that can keep them in that game if he plays well. But I think the TCU magic runs out finally, and I think Michigan pulls away at the end and wins.
I agree. I think TCU keeps it close. I think it'll be a good game, but I think Michigan comes out on top. And Michigan's team is too good. Without Blake Corum, they're very aggressive and they have a lot of talent there. And I think they're going to the national championship. Georgia versus Ohio State. This is probably one of the most controversial games, seeing as nobody wanted Ohio State in the playoffs. Who wins this game?
I know who you're going to take. I'm going against you. I think Georgia. I don't want to say it's too good. Ohio State has as much talent as Georgia. Um, I just think Ohio State's soft. I think Georgia's going to come out and Georgia's going to punch them in the mouth. And I don't think Ohio State's going to respond well. I think they're soft. And I think it's another game where Ohio State probably keeps it close for a large part of the game. But when something goes wrong, I think they fold. Really, game it's going to come down to two things. One, can Ryan Day not be Ryan Day, and can he call an aggressive game plan that puts that team in a position to win? If he coaches like he did against Clemson in 2020, they've got a really good chance. But if he coaches like he has in other big games, uh, I don't like Ohio State's chances. And then second, it's CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is the key to this whole game. CJ Stroud is the best quarterback in the country when everything is going well for him. If it's a clean pocket and he has time to throw, he will pick Georgia apart. But I don't see that happening. Georgia's going to put pressure on him. Yeah, and he doesn't like those situations. He doesn't like to move out of the pocket. He doesn't like pressure in his face. And that's what Georgia's going to throw at him all game. I just don't see that going well in the end. So my prediction is I said 38-27 Georgia. I could even see a late garbage touchdown in there for Georgia, making it like 45 to 27. I think Georgia wins.
I disagree.
Please share.
Okay. Ohio State has been one of the powerhouses all year. They lost one game to Michigan. Everybody thinks they're terrible, right? They were soft against Michigan. They've been soft all year. And
So what makes you think they're not going to be soft this game?
Hold on. Every time they've been soft against good teams, they've lost. Right? So they're going to try something different, come out aggressive. Ryan Day is actually going to be Ryan Day and be good. And they're going to come out. Their offense is going to be lights out. Their defense is going to probably not play that well. I see that. I think it's going to be one of the closest games we've seen Ohio State play all year, but I think they win. And I think the fairy tale ending is Michigan and Ohio State in the college football playoffs, and Ohio State wins.
Well, here's the problem with that. I hope you're right, but you are who you are. You can't just one day say I'm not going to be soft anymore, right? You can't say, well, we've been soft all year, but we're not going to be soft this game. We're going to be a different team. It doesn't work that way. You are who you are. That's your DNA. That's the culture inside that locker room. That's what Ryan Day and his coaching staff have created inside that locker room. It's a culture of softness. And I hope they come out and they're aggressive and they play with energy and they play with passion. I just haven't seen it all year. I haven't seen it in a couple years. Ever since Urban left, it's continued to show up more and more as the years go on. I just don't know how you walk into this game and say we're not going to be soft anymore. It just doesn't work that way. But maybe it will.
I think that Ohio State proves a lot of the country wrong here.
Hey, look, again, talent-wise, this isn't like David versus Goliath, right? This isn't like if Ohio State wins, it's a huge upset. Ohio State has the dudes. They are every bit as talented as Georgia. Every bit as talented. They've got 5 stars all over the locker room. They may have more 5-star players than Georgia has. So it's not like Georgia is heads and shoulders a better team than Ohio State. They just have a different mentality. They play with aggression and in passion and toughness. And Ohio State plays with none of that. That's going to be the difference in the game.
We'll see.
All right, what's the score?
For this game, Georgia, I'm gonna say it's a very close game. Possibly goes to overtime. I'm gonna say 38-35, Ohio State. I think it comes down to the wire, maybe a last-second field goal. Going back to to Michigan TCU. Score prediction there. I'm gonna say it's a one touchdown game. I'm gonna go with 28-21. I think it's gonna be kind of low scoring since both of those defenses are very good.
All right, we'll see. Have a good new year. We'll see you in 2023.